This is a workflow that allows you to redraw any part. The latter part of this video will break down the process and explain its usage. The images in this part of the video were all generated using this process. When we encounter an unfamiliar workflow, we should first determine whether it's a tattoo image, a full-body painting, or partial retouching. Where to start? How to watch? We look at the left side of this K-color sampler, which is usually next to the K-color sampler. By examining this area, we can determine whether it's a tattoo image, a coloring image, or a local repaint. This area clearly has a mask, so it's obviously a local repaint process. Of course, my own process is clear, but I'm just sharing a method with everyone. Since it's a partial repaint, let's look at this point. First, we need to take an image, and second, we need to create a mask. A mask that connects both positive and negative prompts normally at the same time. There is no problem with loading images here. First, we will load the image, and if needed, we can also adjust its size appropriately. After the image is loaded, we might need to touch it up, similar to using local repaint in a web UI. Open the mask editor and paint on it. The painted area becomes the mask. However, manual painting isn't very accurate, so I use the Segment Anything model along with a background removal node here. Two nodes in my process can be switched. Do you want to repaint a specific object or something beyond it? There shouldn't be any problem with this process. I enter this location as a character and use Segment Anything to extract their outfit. This preview image shows our mask, which is the masking area. The white parts are the areas we want to repaint. Here, the image and the mask have been obtained. Then comes the positive and negative prompts. Set up basic settings for positive and negative prompts here. For example, I want to draw it as a dress, and then click Generate. At first, the effect wasn't very obvious. After I expanded the mask to 20, the skirt became visible. But where did I make a mistake? This might itself be a dress, but its variation isn't significant enough to demonstrate effectively. So I changed the picture here. I want to redraw this outfit as a clergyman's robe. Let me change it to 10 then. This location still uses the same clothing prompt. The positive prompt is set to clergy attire, and it's arranged in sequence again.
The result is clear then.
The effect is still great. Here, from an application perspective, I'd like to mention redoing the background. If we need to redraw the background, we still extract the person and reverse the mask corresponding to mask 2. Here we select mask 2, and the redrawn area is the background portion. Use the same prompt to regenerate the image. I randomly redrew an image, and now I'll show you how to proceed with the next step. The previous process used the superior for scaling because I've locked the seed here so I can directly click the Q, and it will scale for me. So in practical terms, you've already gone through the entire process. You don't need to remember anything. Just watch the video slowly, and I'll mention where to get it from or which section I'll upload it to. What is special about Soup here? It won't make big changes to our original image, but it will add more details. You can clearly notice the details in areas like the eyes and hair. The following part has been basically covered. Then I'll talk about other parts that weren't mentioned. This is Core Deep Sync, this one is Diffusional Diffusion, this one is PAG, and this one is Free U. These 4 points were mentioned in all 3 videos, so if you're interested, you can check out my previous videos. The IP adapter is something everyone should be very familiar with. If you don't want to input prompts here, you can selectively enable the IP adapter and upload reference images. I don't recommend using large weights here. Why do you say that? Because I'm using diffusion here, and this node corresponds to Soft Inpaint in the web UI. However, using a higher weighted IP adapter can ruin the image quality, but it's still available. We can either reduce the weight or use a lower strength IP adapter. So this process has been clearly explained. Later. That is, by the time you can see this video, my workflow has already been uploaded to some public workflow websites. Of course, I'll also include my link. Follow the official account AIGC to get it. This process is completely free. Why go through this process? Because the publicly available one-time only process I can access online doesn't meet my requirements. I need to build such a process myself. Now, I'm very satisfied with this process, but I'm not sure what the future will bring. Today is April 25th, 2024. Technology is constantly updating. You could even say that last year, to complete such a partial redraw, I had to switch and operate repeatedly within the web interface. That's also one of the reasons why I later chose to use ComfyUI directly. I think this place is completely different from before. Navigate to RunningHub and click AI, or click the link in the introduction to register and you'll receive 120 points daily. Logging in every day will give you an additional 100 points. The corresponding AI workflow and one-click AI applications have been deployed online and can now be run and tested online.